we've done a whole heap of videos on the mighty 79 here over at ARB, covering the build-up. I'm here with Michael L, the vehicle's owner. He's done quite a few field trips now in the vehicle. Mike, how's it been?
It's been absolutely awesome, Matt. We've just clocked 50,000 kilometres so far on over a dozen major photo shoots for ARB. One of which was across the Simpson Desert, the Madigan line. We've had some major trips out western New South Wales, down in the high country, big water crossings, heaps of bull dust, and it's been awesome.
The accessory that captured the most interest on social media, I reckon, was probably the portal axle system. That in particular, how have you found that?
So it's approximately 200mm wider in stance. It's also obviously higher, but it gives you way more ground clearance. On top of that, the ratio changes. So effectively at the end of every axle is a gearbox. So the same effort to turn a 35-inch tyre is generated on the portal axle vehicle as it would have been with an original 31-inch tyre.
The other thing that I think attracted a huge amount of interest is the canopy on the back here, the trig system. You put a lot of thought into getting this custom made with all the draw systems and your coffee machine and everything. It's working well for you?
The Trig Point service body has been absolutely awesome. The addition of the custom set of drawers, that's made a big difference. It makes you appreciate things a whole lot easier for organising. So the fact that we split this all up for photography on this side of the vehicle and catering on the other, but obviously with the addition of the coffee machine, yeah, it's awesome.
Now, one of the other items Michael's fitted to this vehicle some time ago, and I've actually just put one on my car, is the new Safari RMAX system. How does it perform on the 79 series?
Actually performed way better than I thought it would be. I must admit though, I think the best thing about the RMAX system is the fact that it actually monitors exhaust gas temperatures. For me, it's a very important thing. We run a DPF. I haven't taken it out like some people have, but I don't want to cook it through just over-fueling.
So Mike, on my recommendation, you went with the new BF Goodrich Mud Terrain K M3. How have they been?
Now, I've really enjoyed these tyres. Bitumen roads when it's wet, it gives you the confidence, but out in the field, let the tyres right down to 8 PSI when you need it, going through really rough terrain. They've been fabulous. The one area I must say, with the Mark system, they've upgraded the brakes, and when you're trying to pull up in front of a kangaroo that's hopped out in front of you, these things just bite up the earth and really pull you up nice and quick. It's really reassuring.
So when a lot of people look at a truck like this, they say, yeah, sure, it's good off-road, it's nice and high, but it can't be a very comfortable car to drive around town. That's not the case, is it, with this vehicle?
No, it's brilliant. Well, we changed the complete interior. We put Recaros in it, which obviously makes your life as a driver or as a passenger more enjoyable and less fatiguing over big long trips. But the suspension in this vehicle is probably what makes a major difference. Now, I've been running old man EMU B51s for around about 4 years, I think, and on the BT50 I would make adjustments to the suspension regularly. With the independent suspension on a BT50, it's a pretty comfortable ride anyway. Adjusting the tyre pressures, I do that all the time. I'm pretty religious on it. But with a vehicle that's a live axle, adjusting the suspension on this has been absolutely amazing. So I make adjustments depending on the load that I carry, and it's quite easy. It's very easy on a portal axle vehicle, but it's quite easy to make those modifications. Just driving down the road, pull over, make a little tweak, and it's a more comfortable ride.
And I think that's the key here, and this is why we modify forward drives, because you can really create the ultimate vehicle for your situation. I mean, in this case, we've got a car that's been set up as a camera vehicle, but it's also Mike's only car, so he needs it for driving around town every day, and it's quite amazing that you can have a vehicle that's as well suited to remote area travel as this 79 series, that is still a very, very comfortable vehicle to drive on a day-to-day basis. I've seen a lot of four-wheel drives in my time at ARB. I have to say this is the first one I've ever seen that has an espresso machine set up on a polished piece of red gum. What's the story there?
I just thought it was a nice finishing touch. I mean, just to put the coffee machine straight on a piece of beautiful timber and treat the timber with a bit of respect and keep it living for a bit longer. My dad taught me a lot about timber, and this makes me think about my old man while we're out there in the field, and yeah.
So I guess making multiple cups of coffee is not an issue in this vehicle, given all of the red arc equipment you've got mounted in the back.
We're able to charge all of our battery systems for our flight gear, our lighting, our camera systems, run the computers and all the rest, and still make a heap of coffees. We've got heaps of lithium battery power. Out in the field, I think the most amps that we were drawing was 260 amps at one point while we were doing all the work and also making coffees.
Now, Mike and I have both been through the stages where we had camper trailers and young kids. We've sort of come full circle now, and we're really into travelling, getting somewhere, setting up camp quickly, getting going quickly in the morning. How's that been working for you out of this truck?
Oh, really good. We might be away for a whole month travelling, and some of those days or some of those nights are spent in motel rooms. Other nights we're sleeping in swags in the middle of nowhere. We've got an awning on this side, an ARB awning. On the other side, we've got a bat wing. We've got plenty of cover from the elements. It's just great.
We've got a whole series of photo shoots planned with a whole new range of vehicles coming out, and this will be the vehicle that will be travelling around Australia photographing them. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you out in the bush.